What's up, YouTube? Mitch here at the Squatch Northwest YouTube channel, and today I'm going to be doing some more fire starter stuff. You guys seem to like that video last time. In the video, I actually got a comment from one of my subscribers, and I thought, you know what, that'd be a good idea to do a video. I took a screenshot of it to make sure I get his name right. From Jeff 012361, said to just buy cheap alcohol wipes that are individually wrapped. They work great. So that's what we're trying today. Went to the dollar store, got a couple of supplies. There's the individually wrapped alcohol wipes, which we will get into, and I have a couple of tests I want to do with these. I like that they're individually wrapped. That makes it really nice, makes it nice and convenient, so I don't got to make them. But of course, you know, this is a Squatch Northwest YouTube channel, so we're also going to be making our own with dollar store supplies. I got dollar store isopropyl, I think that's how you say it, alcohol, and then some cotton rounds. The little like things that these are, these little guys, they are so small, even if you get it lit, you're not going to get a very big flame or a lot of flame, but you'll see why. And of course the straw. So you'll see why I want to try my version after a little bit. Well, I don't know if it's going to work yet, but we're going to find out. But let's just get right into it and see what happens with these guys. So now you got them in your pocket or your bag or whatever it is, your little survival kits. And like, oh man, I need to make a fire. So you pull out your little prep pad. Oh, my theory might be wrong, and I'm going to explain why here in a minute about why I want to use the straw trick. So pull out your little pad here, and of course we got to use a ferro rod. I got a brand new ferro rod, so like I said in the last video, I got to take some of the paint off first, and I haven't done that yet. So you'll see what I mean. It doesn't throw that good of sparks right away. So, all right, now let's give it a shot. Okay, this little string is kind of messing me up. Let me take this off real quick. I should have this all prepared. I was not prepared. All right. Get your alcohol swab. Can you guys see that little guy right there? Yep. Oh. All right, there it goes. So it works. So Mr. Well, it's actually lighting pretty good too. All right, I was wrong about that as well. So Mr. I'm gonna go back to your name again. Mr. Jeff 012361, you are correct. They definitely do work. And the flame just went out, so I'll do the timer on there. It looked like about 10 seconds, so I'll take that. That's actually not bad. And the reason it went out, it's because it's literally just dry, so it ran out of alcohol. So the reason I wanted to do the straw test is because, well, I'm looking at this and I see paper that gets wet and this gets water on it. It ain't gonna light. Well, I was gonna take one of these, submerge it in water, and see what happens. Turn this camera back up and see what happens. Well, when I opened it, if you didn't notice, I was like, oh man, I could be wrong. The inside of it actually has that little like metal, I don't know what that is, but I'm guessing, and it's got a little plastic in it too, I'm guessing that's waterproof. We're gonna put that to the test for sure, so stay tuned for that. Oh yeah, and of course, I always forget to say it, like, subscribe, comment on the videos. I do respond to every single comment. I take your guys' comments and suggestion, because when we do stuff like this is why we do it. This is why we even have the channel, is to listen to what you guys have. What do you want me to try? So once again, thank you, Jeff. Like, that was, it does work 100%. I just proved that like just now, obviously. But I am going to, so, you know, for you know, keep it level. Now I'm gonna take one of these guys. I'm gonna set it aside. Take one of these guys, set it aside, and then I'm going to make my own out of the straw. I have a little X-Acto blade from work. I'm gonna take a straw, make my own version of it with a little bit bigger alcohol pad and alcohol surface, because these are obviously a lot bigger and actually a lot fluffier than those things. So I kind of like them better. But literally walk into the store, buy it, and walk out and don't have to do any prep. So hey, good call on that one, Jeff. I appreciate the comment. So now, obviously I just bought all this, so I got to puncture it and open it all up. Yeah, and then pour the alcohol on it, let it soak in there real good. Let that all soak in, and then we'll get it shoved in the straw. This might be kind of hard. I didn't think about this thoroughly. I mean, it's not much different than we did with the hand sanitizer and the nail polish remover. It's pretty much the exact same thing. But to keep it as fair as possible, I'm using the same alcohol content as the prep pads. Oh, the rats are behind me making noise. The same alcohol content as the prep pads. I just want to keep it as fair as possible. But the one test that I want to see is submerging it in water. I am very confident in the ones that I make that they do stay waterproof. I have tested this before on mine. So to make it, like I said, to keep it fair, I'm going to do it with the alcohol prep pads too, and mine, and just see how waterproof they are. I thought about putting them in like a Ziploc bag, or, you know, so I can keep them big like this. There's one problem with that. When you're hiking or rubbing against rocks and it's in your pocket or in your bag, you know, you can puncture that bag. So I don't suggest the Ziploc baggies. And I don't know anybody out here that's ever gone hiking or camping in a really wet area. For some reason, my Ziploc bags get moisture in them. I don't know if I'm just that unlucky or what the situation is, but yeah, my you guys can barely even see what I'm doing. I didn't realize the camera wasn't completely on, so I can't see the front screen. I'm just shoving this thing into the straw right now as I talk. But those Ziploc baggies, for some reason, maybe I'm just bad luck for me, I just can't get them to stay completely dry, and I don't know what it is. They just don't stay dry for me. So I don't suggest putting things in Ziploc bags that you actually want to keep legitimately dry. Okay, so now I got this guy all made up in here. I got freaking alcohol dripping everywhere, and I'm about to light this thing on fire, so that's safe. Let me move this out of the way, because there's literally just a puddle of alcohol on it. Rubbing alcohol. Get this guy closed up. Then I'm going to seal my edges, and then I'm going to grab me a Tupperware with water, and then I'm going to do it all on camera, obviously. I guess I could do a time lapse. That way you guys can see I'm like messing with it or something, or trying to cheat. So we're going to light the edges. You guys seen me do this before, but I want you to see that I'm doing it with this one with the alcohol. There's no petroleum jelly, which several of you guys have talked about in the comments about the petroleum jelly. I know that it works. I'm very aware of that. And I love petroleum jelly in my fire starters because it is such a good extender. I mean, there's not much better than petroleum jelly as far as like using as an extender. So I'm gonna get this all sealed up and then put it to the test against the prep pad packaging that it comes in. What do I do with those things? Oh. Prep pad packaging that it comes in, and just see what happens. I mean, doing this test, I'm going to try to keep it as fair as possible. Oh, that was a bad one. Keep it as fair as possible. So we're just going to leave it in there. I'll do a little time lapse of like 10 minutes or something. That should be pretty fair. I mean, it's kind of impractical unless you drop your bag in the water or something, that anything that you have fire starter related or what do you call it is actually going to get fully submerged with water. So I just want to put it to the extreme test, because the way that I look at survival gear and survival anything is I want it to fail here, not when I actually need it. So I believe this is a good way of testing it. And have it, you know, put to the extreme test. Of course, I just ruined that one. Now I gotta redo it. I don't even know if you guys can see what I'm doing right now, but I'm just resealing up because I messed up one of the edges on this little straw. Okay, so that's all sealed up now. All right, I'm gonna turn the camera off shortly, but those are going to stay right there. You guys can see those in the camera. Those are going to stay right there. I'm going to grab a Tupperware water, and we're going to turn the time lapse on and stick those in the water. And like I said, about 10 minutes. Your guys' time isn't going to be very long at all, but we'll throw them in there and just see what happens. All right, right back. And we're back. All right, that literally took me 10-20 seconds. I could have just left the camera on. So alcohol prep pad, we'll get it all the way in the water. Oh, it just, never mind, it floats. Okay, I was gonna say, well, that's already not a good thing that it sinks. So one of you guys might be looking at this and be like, oh, well, isn't that gonna float? Because it's got air in it, because it's sealed. That's part of my design for making these. I don't want them to sink. Like, who would want their stuff to sink? I want it to float, but I'll do exactly like I did the prep pad to keep it even. Put it all the way down at the bottom and let it float back up. All right, and it's actually, I mean, it's submerged, but you know, it's still floating. It's actually, it sits about perfectly with the alcohol pad. So now I am going to turn this quick video off, but I wonder if I can do time lapse while the video is recording. I don't know how to do that. I don't know, we'll find out, see if it works. Can I swipe it? No. I'm trying to do this without seeing the screen behind it. All right, so let me turn this video off real quick, turn on time lapse. It's literally gonna be like 5 seconds. I'll be right back. All right, YouTube, we're back. In case anybody's curious, it takes about 15 minutes of real time for 1 minute of time lapse. Testing it out, why not? Wipe my beard off and face off. Made an egg sandwich for lunch. Or, no, it's still breakfast time. Feels a little later to me. I have not opened this up yet. That recording light is really bright. I got pepper and stuff in my teeth, I'm sure. I haven't opened this up yet, so let's see. Yep, it's all wet. It's in water, so you figured it would be wet. And I'm gonna get this actually closer to me so you guys can see what I'm doing here. When I do get these out though, let's just do it now, because I have nobody thinking I'm not being real or nothing. So get these out. Put that there, it's definitely wet. That there, close this up so I don't spill it. God forbid I make a mess. And then make sure I can still see myself. Yep. Okay. Get the little tray back. We'll get this guy out of the way. Prop it up a little bit so you guys can see a little better. Oop, I hid my stuff. So that's the wipe. That's still literally soaking wet. And then that's the straw. I will do the wipe first, and to be 100% fair, I have a lighter here in case for some reason the spark doesn't work or whatever, you know, off the ferro rod. So no matter what, I'll give it a fair test. When I take these off, I'm going to try to keep the water parts of my fingers away from the alcohol swab. So that's going to be a little tricky. But like I was saying before, when I opened this up the first time to do the test, it does have that like plasticky, I'll show you what I'm talking about. It's got that plastic liner in there with that little like metallic liner. Okay, wait for my fingers to dry before I touch it. And so now I'll take this out. The water was right there. So I'm gonna put this over here. We'll open it up a little bit, just wipe my hand off. Open this up a little bit. It still smells like alcohol. So that's a good sign. All right, here we go. You can see it in camera, right? Okay, I feel like I got some pretty good sparks to land on that. Nothing yet. Okay, so in all fairness, now we were going, I don't even know where that straw went. I knocked it off. Oh well, I probably hit it somewhere. It probably fell on the ground. It's right here. Okay. So now to keep it really fair, let's see. So it's still lit, as you guys can clearly see right there. So Mr. Jeff, you're still correct, sir. It is definitely working. Working just like it did before I submerged it. Just the ferro rod just didn't catch it for some reason. I would prefer everything to catch with a ferro rod, but it might be the same for this guy, because usually when I do these, I always use petroleum jelly, which I like the best. So it's now out because obviously it's dry now. There's no more alcohol on it. All right, now my little alcohol swabs that I made with dollar store stuff, and we're gonna see if it's any better. Now I don't have a whole lot of hope right now. I was hoping that was gonna work, and that'd give me a lot of hope that mine was gonna work really well. So we'll take this, and then we'll make it as big as the other one, just like the other one was. And another reason I really like these is because look what I can do with this. See how I can fluff that up and make it look a lot better. You can't do that with the little pads. So I'll find out. I don't know. It might not catch either. Oh yeah, right away. So, but still, if you just want to go to the store, no prep, no sticking stuff in straws, nothing like that, grab these, stick them in your little kits, and you're done. I mean, there's what 100 in here. Yeah, there's 100 of these little pads in here, and now you get them, and they're done, good to go. The good thing about this, you can still, as you can see, it's still lit and still going. And this is a small one. I didn't even use the whole pad. The rest of it is literally dripping in alcohol. I'm waiting for this to burn out before I put this in the frame. Literally dripping in alcohol. This is the rest of it right here. This is the rest of the one that we did earlier, and I just took half of it. I don't even think it was a full half, and stuck it in that straw. So if I put the whole thing in the straw, it'd burn even longer. I mean, I personally would still do my straw trick, because I know that it works. It's tried and true. I've gone hiking with these, wet pants, wet clothing, wet everything. Obviously not wet tender. And they have pretty much always worked for me. I've been very successful with these. That is why I wanted to do these on YouTube. Again, I'll probably continue to do these on YouTube. These, for some reason, you guys seem to really like them. And whether I, label the... I just grabbed it on my trash right here. Labeling all the videos, dollar store this or dollar store that. It seems like you guys enjoy the fire starting videos. I get pretty much the majority of my views on the fire starting videos. So we will continue to make those. At least they're short, which is kind of nice. So they're under 25 minutes. And they're easy to do. Plus I can do them in the comfort of my home. I can even do them out in my backyard. I got a pretty decent sized backyard. Well, for living in a trailer park, I do. And I can make a little fire out there. It is burn season, but yeah, if you guys want to see excuse me, if you guys want to see any other videos, anything you want me to try as far as fire starting, if you guys see stuff on Amazon, you're like, hey, I want to know if this works, or Temu, everybody likes that Temu site right now. So let me know if there's stuff at the dollar store. You go to your dollar store and you're like, man, I want to see if I can make a fire starter out of that. Just let me know, and I'll do my best. I'll do whatever I can. I'll even make it work. I'll put alcohol and petroleum jelly on it. I guarantee I'll get it to light. I don't care what it is. I almost guarantee I can make it light. But yeah, that's that right there. That trick, my cotton swab with the alcohol. And like I said, if this had just the smallest amount, not even just petroleum jelly. You guys, I have videos with, doing lip balm, just some straight up stuff from the dollar store and throwing a little bit of that on there. That little bit of extender is absolutely amazing. That's how I make my real ones, is I do the alcohol and then the lip balm on there. That's only in extreme conditions. In regular conditions, and it's not crazy out, just lip balm and cotton, you're good to go. Or even just petroleum jelly and cotton. That's all you need. You don't need the alcohol. The alcohol just helps with that ignition, that like boom, little bit of spark or a little bit of flame that you have to get it to actually ignite. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, comment. I know I got to still get better at saying that. And let me know what you guys want to see. That probably is it for today. I wanted to do some painting today. We'll see how that goes. If I do end up doing some painting, I'll bring you guys along for a little update on the renovations. There's not much of an update going on right now because it's not the funnest season right now to be renovating anything. Yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one.